Hello, beautiful beings. Welcome to the World Tapping Circle. I'm your host, Sophia. We are here live with you, broadcasting through Unify, broadcasting through various Instagram and Facebook places, holding this space to bring into being what it is that we want to be living in and experiencing in this world. So if this is your first experience with EFT, you're in for a treat. This is an exciting physical way of guiding your consciousness, clearing your consciousness, teaching yourself how to align and refine and hold an energetic imprint to help bring and crystallize something into form. So thank you for taking the time to drop in with yourself and with us and help us pump the field and hold this creative vision and breathe life into this creative vision with our hearts, with our love, with our trust, with our intuition, making way for this new day that we're bringing in collectively on this planet. So we have a voice, we have a say. And as you learn how to organize your thoughts and your feelings, and you learn how to broadcast that beautiful, calm vision from inside, and then with your words, and then with your thoughts and your deeds and your actions, it becomes real. So first, we have to allow ourselves to adjust what we think is possible. So whatever we believe, we can conceive, meaning that we can bring into reality and nurture until it grows. So that is the basis of this circle. And what I love about EFT, for those of you who are new to it, is that you're doing three things at once. So for people who are a little ADD, or people who get sleepy, or people who have a hard time focusing, this is going to be really easy for you because you're going to be doing three things at once. We're going to be talking about how we feel and what we think. We are going to be tapping on the meridians of the body and stimulating the electrical current. It's kind of like giving yourself an acupuncture session without the needles. And we're going to be processing with the energy of empathy and love and acceptance and forgiveness and compassion applied to ourselves first, because we're a part of this world. And if you can apply it to this one little teeny area that you're actually in charge of, that will start to disseminate and emanate and spread through your family, through your places of business, through the field that you participate in, right? So we are self-correcting, aligning this world one heart at a time. And you're in charge of yours, I'm in charge of mine. We're doing it together. It's a lot more fun to do together. I'm going to say hi to people who are chiming in the chat. If this is your first circle, say hi to us. Let us know where you're logging in from. I see so many people. Don't feel bad if I don't get a chance to read every single comment here. Here we go. Let's see. I have a little bit of a new interface that I'm working with today. So I see Noreen in Kevalian, Queensland, Australia. Jen G, hello. Happy Monday. Greg in Eureka, tried and true, one of our biggest fans. Hello to Tracy in British Columbia. Christina L. in Santa Rosa, also tried and true here every week. I just want you to know that there are over 1,000 people, I think it's 1,200 or 1,500 people now who have signed up for this. And we do this every single week. So we hope to fill this circle. We have room for 10,000 people. And starting next week, we're going to send you an extra text message, if that's okay with you, one that's shareable, in case you've got friends that need extra love, people that need extra emotional support, you can send it to them and just say, come with me. Take them by the hand virtually and say, come sit with me in this beautiful circle and let's cheer up and brighten up and come back to life together. So, all right, a few more hellos, and then we're going to get to tapping. Also, do let us know if this is your first circle. I also want to draw your attention to the top of the chat here where it says handouts. If you have questions about EFT, we've put some very quick videos that you can dip in. There's some Q&As, there's a list of the tapping points, and some other resources in there in case you feel like you need that during this circle. I see Claudia in Canada, Julie in Oregon, Rosemary in Austin, Jennifer D. in Tacoma, Washington, Kim and from KC says this is the first time, Tara in Chicago, Donna in Kansas City, so many people. Ashley, I see you. Tapping party with my cats going on, ready to bring things into being, says Diane. Hello to Nina in New York. There's so many people. I love you all. Hi in Kauai to Andrea. Hello and love from London. Tomo G, you are up late or up really early? I used to live in London. All right, sweethearts. So the theme for this circle is bring into being. So basically we're going to do a manifestation tap. So I want you to grab something to write with or to write on. And once you've got something to write on, and it's okay if you just want to type it onto a note on your phone, I want you to imagine 3 things that you would like to bring into being for the world. 3 things that you want to see happen in this world that would feel really good to you. This is going to be part of our collective manifestation. And they don't have to be detailed things. They could be like, I want to see my people thriving and healed. I want to see our economies growing and in a new and balanced way. I want to see people eating healthy, beautiful food that they helped to create. So we're going to create this collective thing that we want to bring into being. So when you get those 3 things, and it's okay if you have more, I just thought I'd keep it pretty simple. 3 things that would make a big difference to you and to all of us, that would really light you up and make you feel happy and good, that you would like to see land, grow, mature, and become a part of our reality, natural, normal, new reality that we're creating together. And go ahead and put those 3 things in the chat if you want to share those with us. And I'll read a few of those out. I'd also like to know how each of those would make you feel. So for example, seeing my people, meaning the world of humans, healed and happy and healthy would give me the feeling of success, joy, peace, accomplishment. Yeah, deep gratitude. So I'm going to read some of the people here saying, leaders who care about the people and the planet. Claudia says, everyone feels loved, seen, and heard. She would feel full of joy. Ashley says, universal health care. Erin says, freedom, peace, kindness. Christina says she wants to be a certified EFT practitioner. William says, love, peace. I want to see a world where our elders are respected and guide our younger ones, says Ben. Tracy says, more kindness and compassion for self and others. Kathy says, growing food, optimism, collaboration. Lynn says, the majority of people she would like to see eating vegetables. Joy in the feminine, deep unity with creation, freedom. That would make me feel fully energized. Nadette says, shift to a new normal, focus on kindness, empathy, and giving. I love y'all. This is exactly my kind of people. This is what I want to create too. Peace, awareness for all, integrity and world leaders. New president of the U.S., less plastic waste in the ocean, less animal suffering. I'm going to read one more and then we're going to get to tapping. Tara B says, number 1, radical and economic justice. 2, love for the planet. 3, deep appreciation of the arts. These would make me feel whole, grateful, and connected. All right. So this is the world we're creating. This is why we're coming together in this circle. Now, how do we get from this great inspired thought into reality? The truth is, if we want to create something, number 1, we have to believe it's possible. Number 2, we have to feel it's possible. And number 3, because we believe it's possible and we feel it's possible, we take action. What stops us from having this world right now? It's been a ton of brainwashing that started some, maybe thousands of years ago when people were feeling small and less than and had power over instead of power with, right? So we're deleting generations of conditioning, abuse, trauma, and brainwashing, telling us that these things are just impossible, it's out of reach, that we couldn't possibly do it. So in order for us to anchor this vision into the world, it's not enough just to wish it or to hope it or to dream about it. All those things are important. We actually have to clear away inside of our own nervous system, inside of our own belief system, inside of our cellular memory, inside of our body, and program ourselves to accept nothing but this new reality, to accept that this is our world, these are our people, this is how our life is going to go, this is what we're doing, and we're going to hold that space. And as we hold that space, it changes the field, it changes the information in the collective, it changes what's possible, it changes the way we speak, it changes what we're writing, it changes what we're doing, it changes where we vote, it changes where we put our money. It gives us courage, right? So to change this world, it's going to take some boots on the ground, but it has to come from the brain down. It has to come from the heart into the hands, into the feet. All right. Now we're going to get to work. So now I want you to ask yourself, what are the yeah buts and the what ifs that come up when you claim this is what I'm wanting, this is what I'm choosing for us. So for example, I'm saying I want my world healed, whole, and happy. And then I listen and I hear a little voice in the back of the head saying, yeah, but there aren't enough people that want that. Yeah, but what if it takes too long, right? So now I want you to write those little naysaying voices down in the back of your head. I want you to write them down on your piece of paper or text them into your phone notes, because those are the things that are actually keeping us from collectively commanding this reality into being and settling for nothing less. Yeah, but what if they kill me? Yeah, but what if I get disowned because my beliefs are different than what the people who raised me, right? All of those things. Take a minute and write those things down. Yeah, but, and what if? Don't edit them, don't censor it, just write it all down. So just a few more seconds to write them down. And now we're going to start to tap and process this old program out of our bodies. These old fears, these old memories, this indoctrination that has convinced us that anything other than what some other big giant thing wants us to live within is, that it's impossible. The truth is, we the people have the power to change our destinies, to change our environment, to change our minds, to change the way everything is designed. And during this time of chaos, we have a unique opportunity to come out strong and clear and fearless and capable of holding this new change in place until it's our new normal. So I'm going to start leading the tap now, asking you to follow along with me. I'll tap on me, you tap on you. That's going to be stimulating the electrical current in the body. The body is going to start to process out these old negative fears and thoughts and beliefs, these deep ingrained subconscious imprints. As that EFT starts to move all of these old files out of your nervous system, your body's going to go through some off-gassing of stored stress that can look and feel in a lot of different ways. It could be yawning, burping. I'm a burper, I'll just tell you that now. Laughing, crying, releasing tingles of energy, having crazy cool new thoughts, old memories flipping back and forth. If you get a sudden inspiration, jot it down so that you don't forget it. It could be weird little pains coming out of your body. It could make you feel really sleepy. It could make you feel very electric. The bottom line is your body knows how to process given an opportunity, and all we're doing is processing for the collective with hundreds and hundreds of people right now who are watching this video and from every continent in the world are going to start moving this information for themselves, their family, and their people. Remember that you can edit these words so that they make more perfect sense for you. And we're going to toggle back and forth between the negative, cold, hard truth that we've been growing up with and bringing down the positive as soon as there's a little bit more room for that in our nervous system. So if you want to rebuild something, you have to make some space to rebuild that. So the first thing we're going to do is process out these limiting beliefs and fears so we have a nice clean space to anchor this more loving, whole, beautiful, just, and sustainable world that we're creating. So finding the front of your collarbones, slide down 4 to 6 inches, feeling in the upper breast tissue, upper pectoral region for a sore spot. There might be 1 or 2. Big deep breath, giving it a little bit of pressure, a light massage. And follow along with me, repeating out loud. Even though a part of me wants to bring a new world into being, there's another part of me that's not sure it'll happen. Tapping the eyebrows, right at the beginning of the eyebrows. A part of me is ready to create a more sustainable, healthy, beautiful world for us all. Slide down the eyebrows to the edge of the temples. And another part of me has grown up believing that change is impossible. Big deep breath. Tapping the cheeks. Part of me has grown up believing that things will only get worse. Tapping under the nose. Tapping under the lips. A part of me has grown up fearing that we're only going to be taken advantage of, herded like sheep over a cliff. Tapping the chest, big deep breath. Tapping down to the bottom of the front of the ribs. So find the bottom of the rib cage, nipple center line down the body, last couple of bones on your rib cage. Tapping there. Tuning into your first big yeah, but, or what if that's on your list. What is the main negative thought, the first thing that came to mind? We're going to start to clear that now. So tapping the side of the rib cage, nipple height, side seam of the body. You can use the back of the knuckles, or you can cross your arms like this. And we're just going to acknowledge the part of us that has this programming. A part of me secretly believes, and then say what this limiting thought is. For example, that it won't happen in my lifetime. Tapping the inside of the wrist. Let's say that same thought again. A part of me secretly believes, and then say your first limiting thought. Tapping the side of the thumb. I accept the part of me that bought into that back when, and when do you think you picked up that idea? Was it from your childhood? Was it from a group of people that you grew up with, or went to school with, or went to church with? Tapping the index finger, where did I pick up this thought? Tap the middle finger. I started to believe this when, and then say when that was for you. And if you're not sure, say, I choose to remember when I started to feel this way about the world. Big deep breath, big sigh. Tapping the bottom of the fourth finger. I give myself permission to release this belief, even if it's been a part of me most of my life. And breathe, tapping the little finger. Even if I adopted this idea in order to be accepted by, and then who do you think you needed to be accepted by that had the same kind of attitude? My peers, my dad, my mom. Tapping the side of the hand. I adopted this idea. And describe again, take 10 seconds, about where you think you got this idea and why you're still holding on to it. Tapping the top of the head. I accept the part of me that clings to this thought. Tapping the sides of the head. I accept the part of me that believes this. Tapping the back of the head and breathing. And just bring your love, your loving attention to this younger part of you. Maybe this scared part of you. Tap the eyebrows. And breathe. And tapping the temples. I accept this part of me that's just trying to survive. Tapping the cheeks. This old imprint, trying to keep my head down, keep one foot in front of the other, tapping under the nose. This old part of me, tapping under the lips, that doesn't want to risk being disappointed. Tapping the chest, this old part of me that's trying to survive. Big, deep breath, sending so much love and compassion to this part of you that has been surviving and was taught to survive this way. It's totally understandable. Tapping the front of the ribs, sending so much love back to this younger version of you. Tap the side of the ribs. It's okay if I want to hold on to this fear, this belief. Say this limiting fear or belief one more time. And just give yourself permission to hold on to it the rest of your life if that's what you need to do. I know that sounds a little crazy, but trust me, just actually say, I can hold on to this till the day I die, if that's what I need to do. Tapping the inside of the wrist and breathing. Tapping the side of the thumb. And another part of me is ready to release this. Tap the index finger, even if I don't know who I'd be without this thought. Tap the middle finger, even if it feels scary to let this go. Tapping the bottom of the fourth finger. Say this negative belief or fear one more time. Say it out loud and see how strong it feels now. Just accept whatever weight is still there, however true it still feels. Tap the little finger. I'm open to dissolving the part of me that is holding on to this. Tap the side of the hand in order to protect myself on any level. Tap the top of the head. I didn't come to this world just to hide, to keep my head down, to try to live as long as possible. Tap the eyebrows. I came here to bring my gifts. Tap the temples. To love myself and my people. Tap the cheeks. To create a change for the better. Tapping under the nose. I came here to contribute. Tapping under the lips. To improve the situation here. Tap the chest. To enjoy expressing myself as I do it. Tapping the front of the ribs. I want you to say what it is that you wrote. You wrote 3 things down. I'm causing and creating, and say what it is that you're bringing into this world right now, or want to bring into this world. As you tap on the front of your ribs, I'm bringing, and then say what it is you're bringing, or you're intending to bring. Tapping the sides of the ribs and breathing. Tapping the inside of the wrist. I'm allowing myself to release the conditioning. Tapping the side of the thumb, the brainwashing. Tapping the index finger, the fear response that has prevented us collectively from bringing this into being. Tapping the middle finger. I'm aligning my heart. Tapping the bottom of the fourth finger, my body. Tap the little finger, the use of my time and energy. Tapping the side of the hand. Allowing myself to come into my power. Tapping the top of the head. Allowing myself to remember my purpose. Tapping the sides of the head, the back of the head. allowing myself to be a vehicle for change. Tapping the eyebrows. Even if it changes how I feel. Tapping the temples. Part of me is used to feeling small. Tapping the cheeks. Part of me is used to feeling afraid. Tapping under the nose. Part of me is used to thinking I'm not good enough. Tapping under the lips. Part of me is hoping somebody else will do this. Tapping the chest. I give myself permission to release the need to feel small. Let's say it 3 times. I give myself permission to release the need to feel small. Tapping the front of the ribs. I give myself permission. Tapping the side of the ribs. To release the fear that I'm not enough. Tap the inside of the wrist. I allow myself to be guided by wisdom and love. Tap the side of the thumb. Creating a new reality for us all. Tap the index finger. A part of me is inspired. Tap the middle finger. A part of me is fearless and courageous. Tapping the bottom of the 4th finger. A part of me knows deep inside why I'm here and what to do. Tap the little finger. I give myself permission to access this place. Tap the side of the hand and breathe. So let's go back to what are we creating and how are we going to feel as we create it. For example, I'm creating a healthy, happy world for myself and my people. This gives me a feeling of great joy, peace, and accomplishment. A feeling of ecstasy. Tapping the top of the head. So say again, what is it that you're causing, you're bringing into this world, that you're commanding yourself to come into awareness and alignment with? Tapping the back of the head, the sides of the head, tapping the eyebrows. And how do you feel imagining these things happening? Tapping the temples, tune your body to those feelings. Let yourself get a sample of this feeling of excitement, of peace. Tapping the cheeks, letting your body feel the pleasure of this happening. How would you feel right now as if you got up after this tap and walked out the front door and this is what it looked like outside? Tapping under the nose. Let yourself feel that vision. How does it feel when you walk outside and see this is what's happening in your world? And breathe that gratitude, that peace, that excitement about sticking around. Breathe that into the field. Your body is an instrument being tuned to come back into alignment with your soul. Tapping the front of the ribs. I give myself permission to release the resistance inside me. Tap the side of the ribs. To allowing this. Tap the side of the thumb. Let's trade hands. I give myself permission to notice the resistance inside my body. Tapping the index finger. I want you to tune into that part of you that's holding back, that feels afraid to acknowledge so boldly what it is that you want to see happening and how that makes you feel. Let's go into another big yeah, but, or a what if. What's another big one that we haven't mentioned yet? Okay. Tap the middle finger. What if, and then say it out loud as you tap. Tap the bottom of the fourth finger. Say it again. What if that happens? Tap the little finger. I give myself permission to release the stress, fear, and anxiety about this. Tap the side of the hand. That might happen. Big deep breath. Let's just open our hearts to that freaky, scary possibility and say, okay, maybe I'll be judged. Maybe I'll be killed. Maybe I'll be taken out. Tap the top of the head. Tapping the sides of the head and the back of the head. So just notice that whatever this big fear is it possible that you're already doing it to yourself? In other words, dropping just to the front of the chest, what I just said. Judged, killed, taken out. Am I killing my dream? Am I judging myself for believing that I could make a difference? Am I taking myself out of action with this insecurity? With this desire to disappear? Am I being disappeared by disappearing myself? Tapping the eyebrows. I give myself permission. Big deep breath. Tapping the temples. To help cause and create. Tapping the cheeks. Through releasing my resistance and fear. Tapping under the nose. No matter how old it is. Tapping under the lips. So I want you to tune into this new resistance that we're talking about. Asking yourself, where did this come from? Is this my great-grandmother's? Was this my father's? Tapping the front of the ribs. I allow myself to honor the part of me that picked this up. Picked up this old family tradition. Tap the side of the ribs. Picked up the struggle and the fear. Tapping the inside of the wrist. I give myself permission to forgive this part of the world, this place of life that taught me to think this way. Tap the side of the thumb, forgiving my father, my mother, tapping the index finger, my grandparents, tapping the middle finger. I came here for a reason. Tap the bottom of the fourth finger. I'm releasing the fear of my ancestors. Big, deep, strong breath. Tapping the little finger. Releasing the fear of my culture. Tap the side of the hand. I'm releasing judgment towards, and then say, women or artists or whatever it is that you feel like that judgment has kept you pinned in. Tapping the top of the head. It's safe for me to heal this now. It's time for me to heal this now. Just say that again, tapping the eyebrows. It's safe for me to heal this now. Tapping the temples. This judgment. Tapping the cheeks. Say exactly what we're talking about. Let's come back to this resistance. What is it for you? Say it out loud, honoring that it's there. Tapping under the lips. Feel where that fear lives in your body. Is it in your stomach, the pit of your stomach? Maybe it's down around your genitals. Maybe it's in your legs or your neck. Wherever this old energy came from, I honor that I committed to carrying it until I could find a safe way to release it. Tapping the front of the ribs. I'm releasing this for myself. Tapping the side of the ribs. And breathe. Tapping the inside of the wrist. Let's do the opposite wrist again. I'm releasing this for myself. Tapping the side of the thumb, my family. Tap the index finger, my culture. Tapping the middle finger, my community. Tapping the bottom of the fourth finger. I accept the part of me that's tired of holding on to this fear. Hiding my power. Tap the little finger. Hiding my truth. Tap the side of the hand. I'm giving myself permission to release this old indoctrination. Tapping the top of the head. I'm here to help bring a new world into being. Tapping the sides of the head. And that time has finally come. Tapping the eyebrows. We're all feeling it together. Tap the temples. The world is waking up. Tapping the cheeks. Collectively, tapping under the nose. We want healthy, clean food. Tapping under the lips. Clean water. Tapping the chest. Loving, safe places to live. Tapping the front of the ribs. Connection with each other. Tapping the side of the ribs. I'm allowing myself to help lead myself and others. Tapping the inside of the wrist and breathing. To this place of freedom. Tap the side of the thumb. This place of fun. Tap the index finger. Leading myself and helping others. Tap the middle finger. Coming to this new place of sustainability. Tap the bottom of the fourth finger. a place of equality. Tap the little finger. I'm allowing myself to help bring into being. Tap the side of the hand, looking at your paper. What are you bringing into being? Say it out loud, loud and proud. I'm bringing what? Tapping the top of the head. I'm letting this circulate through the field of my body, out into the world around me. Tapping the eyebrows. This is good for me. Tapping the temples. This is good for us. Tapping the cheeks. This is good for future generations. Tapping under the nose. I'm open to the possibility. Tapping under the lips. Of connecting with others like me. Tapping the chest. Helping us stabilize this vision. Tapping the front of the ribs. Helping us breathe life into this vision. Tap the side of the ribs. Releasing any remaining distress. Tap the inside of the wrist. Or fear for our lives. So just tapping the chest, I want to talk about that because so many of us have been bullied into believing that preserving our lives is the most important thing. So not wanting to stand up, not wanting to risk losing our jobs, being laughed at, being attacked, being criticized, feeling like we've alienated our families or lost credibility or respect, or even worse, carted off and locked up or killed. I ask you this. If it weren't for the people who held on to these better ways of being, would we even have the freedom that we have now? So we're at that new generation where we have to say, okay, shall I try to preserve little old me, or shall I throw down for big old we? We all have a limited lifespan. What are you going to do with yours? The day I unzip this body and come out of my body, I want to see what a difference I made. For my own joy, for my own pleasure, to see that I've used my life well. I want us to all feel that way. And many hands make light work. So as we all do our piece, it becomes less and less scary because there's more people doing it. It becomes easier, more fun. It becomes natural. Life wants to live. We all deserve to live and feel good and relax and unfold and grow this beautiful world into what actually works, what feels whole and healthy and beautiful. And I would prefer to use my lifespan in service of that than to feel bullied by my own fear and conditioning. So I ask you now to come into alignment with your true heart and your true nature. To commit right now to processing the shame, the fear, the guilt, the pain, the anger, the betrayal, the abuse, the trauma out of your sweet body. So these hands, these voices, these eyes, these hearts can be fully utilized in service of making this world a heaven on earth. Beautiful gardens, natural and safe human beings, enjoying connection, respecting one another. So tapping the top of the head. We've only got about 10 minutes left. I give myself permission to hold this unique space that I hold. Tapping the sides of the head, the back of the head. Tap the eyebrows. A part of me has a unique role to play. Tapping the temples. Tapping the cheeks. Even if I don't know how to do it all, tapping under the nose. I feel what is important. So just dropping down to the chest and listening. I want to talk to you a little bit more about creation. So in the act of creation, when you're working with source energy, your job is to say what you want, and the universe's job is to figure out how to bring that into reality. So what happens is that we get lost on like, oh, we got to figure out the how. We got to know how. We got to do it ourselves by ourselves. But the truth is, when you hold something with enough fire and passion and alignment inside your body, alignment in your heart that says, this will happen. Oh, this will happen. This is how this story goes. When you hold it in that beautiful, clear way inside yourself, the universe pays attention and says, oh, here's somebody. I see a requisition form. It came right in. It says this is going to happen. Okay. So when you bring that faith and you bring that trust into your physical reality, and you release things that say, no, that's not possible, you are anchoring this truth into this field, and things and people and money and help starts to form around that truth. It coagulates into 3D reality. And I know this is true, or we wouldn't be sitting here tapping together right now. It took me 6 years to figure out how to raise the money and teach myself how to do this work that I'm sitting here with you, and 15 years of practicing my art until I had the confidence and the peace and the clarity to hold space like this on a global level. It wasn't easy, but it's worth it. And whatever it is that you're here to do, I'm here to help support you. That's part of my mission. Help you process the fears, the insecurities, the what ifs, the yeah buts, so that we can all move this movement forward, this self-evolution that is creating a revolution. It starts within us. It starts in our own consciousness. So tapping the top of the head, here we go. I forgive myself for any remaining doubts or fears. Now just tuning in to whatever doubts or fears are still on your list, things that we haven't mentioned yet. Tapping the eyebrows. I accept that there are still some fears and doubts. Tapping the temples. Now just accept them as a whole right now again. Tapping the cheeks, these remaining fears and doubts. Tapping under the nose again. Acceptance is the medicine. I want you just to accept what's there without trying to change it. Tapping under the lips. Opening your heart to this part of you that is holding part of the human condition. I accept this part of me. Big, deep breath, bringing it some more love. Without judgment, just loving it as it is. Understanding where this came from. So many ancestors trying to survive. education systems, family systems, media, movies, tapping the front of the ribs. And breathe, sending so much love and compassion for these ideas that have been handed to us, tapping the side of the ribs. And just notice what happens inside you as you bring love to these areas. Notice that they release out of your body. If you fight them, they'll fight back. If you shame them, they'll get stronger. If you can love them and accept them and be with them, they release, and you get all that energy back to build something new. Tapping the side of the thumb. I give myself permission to bring myself back to life. Tapping the index finger to remember who I am and what I'm doing. Tap the middle finger to remember why I came here. Tap the bottom of the fourth finger to help lead and inspire others by my example. Tap the little finger. I don't have to do it perfectly. Tap the side of the hand. I don't have to do it alone. Tapping the top of the head. There are millions of us. This world wants to live in all its biodiversity. Tapping the sides of the head. Tapping the eyebrows. I'm creating goodness. Tapping the temples. Help. Tapping the cheeks. Peace. Tapping under the nose. This is my world. Tapping under the lips. These are my people. Tapping the chest. I'm a part of us. And I have a say. Tap the front of the ribs. I allow myself to come into alignment. Tap the side of the ribs. With this vision, and state your vision one more time. What are you creating for us? Tap the inside of the wrist. I'm creating this vision, bringing this into being. Tap the side of the thumb. It's okay if it takes a while. Tap the index finger. It's okay if it grows and changes me. Tapping the middle finger. I'm allowing myself to do this for myself. Tap the bottom of the fourth finger. For my family. Tapping the little finger. For my friends. Tap the side of the hand. And for the future generations who are on their way now. Tapping all over the body. I want you to imagine how it feels to open your door and go outside and see this vision is happening. That this is what it looks like and sounds like and smells like. That there's music in the streets, that people are looking relaxed, they're glowing, they're dancing, There's fruits and vegetables growing everywhere. Tapping all over the body, sending that feeling out into the world, into the air around your body. That feeling of freedom. That feeling that we all feel safe and respected and loved. That we feel accepted and clear, capable, happy, healthy, and whole. We do this in the name of love for the sake of all beings. We allow this circle to ring out around our world, through all the people, the plants, the animals, to be imprinted in the water, and to continue to emanate from our hands, our hearts, our minds, and our spirits. And so it is. Notice how you feel. Put in the chat how you're feeling now. I'd like to know the impact of this one tiny little hour on your life. I would like to invite you to continue to show up to this tapping circle, to help spread the word of this tapping circle. I've taken all economic obstacles out of the way for those of you who feel like you don't have any money right now. You can come for free. For those of you who can subscribe, please do. It keeps the lights on. And right now, we've barely got enough to keep the lights on, but we've got enough, and it's growing. This circle has grown by another 100 people in the last 7 days. I would like to see it reach 10,000 people, because that's how much platform we have. 10,000 people live at the same time all over this world. These global meditations that we're doing are happening more and more frequently. It's changing the resonance of the field. It's changing the resonance of the people. And the more we stay uplifted and joyous and connected, the more happy and whole and wholesome this world becomes. I'm going to read some of your chats. I'm going to ask my tech guys. It looks like they've done it. Please donate if you can. And after I read these chats, I'm going to play you a fantastic song. I'm ending each circle with a song. Hopefully you can put it in your collection to keep yourself uplifted throughout the week. Allison says, I feel confident and whole. Rosemary says, excited about life. Emily B says, this vision is possible. Michael says, my body is tingling and there's a feeling of energy. Noreen says, at peace. Anna says, wow, that was amazing. Thank you. Shelley says, elevated, tingly, love. Gregory says, thanks. I'm motivated, thinking clearly, and coming to valid conclusions. Celeste says she went from a level 10 down to a 4. A tough time tonight and got through it. Jean says, I felt things opening up, but also I feel anger coming up that needs to be healed. I appreciate your work so much. Thank you, Sonya. Jean, it's a lot to do in an hour. We have hundreds of these videos. I've been doing one every week for 6 years. They come with your subscription. Jump into the World Tapping Circle members area video library. You'll find it at worldtappingcircle.com. Members area video library, and continue tapping. There's a lot of anger and stuff to process. However, as that stuff moves out of your nervous system, all that's left is you, your brilliance. All that's left is your intelligence, your heart, your spiritual center. All that's left is you. in the absence of all this fear and conditioning. And I want you to know that it's completely possible to clean it up and help move us all forward. So thank all of you for doing your work. The more you move mountains inside you, the more we move collectively together. And we each have something to clear and clean up for the collective. It improves our lives. It boosts our immune system. You know, your immune system is much higher than when you sat down. So when you go through this process, you can actually boost your immune system up to 50%. So consider this an energy medicine prescription to keep tapping with us. Guys, I'd love for you to stay and chat with me all night. I'm going to put on a song for you called Everything Comes Alive by The Messengers. And we're going to rock out last few minutes to chat here. And I hope to see you in the circle.
In the morning when my heart is cold, you're the heat for my weary soul. You're the good in all I know. In the mirror all that I see is your grace looking back at me. I'm not the man that I used to be. You're the song rising from my heart. Everything comes alive. Everything comes alive. Everything comes alive. Everything comes alive. And you. In the evening when my bones are tired, you're my strength and my heart's desire. You're the light when the sun expires. I remember how far I've come. I'm not lost with you, I'm home. I didn't find you on my own. You're the song rising from my heart. Everything comes alive. Everything comes alive. Everything comes alive. Everything comes alive. And you, I'm made alive. Now I'm by your side. I've come alive. I've come alive. I'm made alive. Now I'm by your side. I've come alive. I've come alive. When my days are done, I got a hope that I'm sure of. I'll be